Ooh, this is going to be close. He's going to get the expansion, but the Hydras are going to do a lot of damage. Nice force fields there. And if you can wait for that Dark Shrine to finish, if you can keep that pile on the line, you will be able to get Dark Templar out. And if you snipe the Overseer, that'll be huge. I think you'll probably try to do that here in a second, but it might not even matter. There's just so many Stalkers here, and the force fields kept those Hydras back. The Void Rays are now charged, doing so much damage even without that +1 attack.
He's burrowed all the Hydras. Waiting for reinforcements, I think. He's burrowed all the Hydras. Axslav doing a great job of moving up to that top position there. Moongladel is off creep at the moment, so it's very frustrating for him to be able to deal with this, as Axslav has taken the 9 o'clock base.
Yeah, Axslav looking so on top of things. He's very map aware. He puts pylons down like that, like he did there, because he expects that the third base will be taken there, because it's very difficult to take the high yield expansion. So, you know, just that little preemptive thing he did with that probe, putting that pylon down, just really paid off so much. Just having that pylon there to spot. He is going to move a Dark Templar forward here and try to start slicing away at this army a little bit, I think.
No, he's going straight for the natural. Going to get as many drone kills as he can, I think, just to keep Moongladel on guard. He will be able to see. I'm not sure if Moongladel's noticed it yet, but he will notice it very shortly. There we go. There's the Corruptor pretty much as soon as that first drone goes down. And Moongladel off creep at the moment, which is very frustrating for him.
Yep, that Dark Templar up to 5 kills. Going to move up into the main. And the creep spread, though, for Moongladel is going to give him very good vision. So Dark Templar isn't going to be able to hide anywhere. Does go down. And we do just see Axslav move his army back to his main base. And he's going to get that third base secured. Make sure it's safe as he gets a Templar Archive. And Storm's going to be very effective against those Hydras. And we do see an Observer coming out right now. So it's going to help against the burrow that he knows his opponent has. And Axslav just playing it really safe, but we do have Moongladel going for that third base, retaking his third at the 6 o'clock, as well as looking like he's going to take the gold expansion with one of those drones. Looks like he's actually accidentally long distance mining. There he goes, taking that base.
Yeah, he really needs to get that creep spread up to par though, otherwise he won't be able to maneuver his Hydras out of into position and out of those storms. It's going to be very frustrating for him, but we do have Storm research on the way, as well as leg speed for Axslav. Weapons +2. We do have that Spire going down now for Moongladel.
Look at the slow at the bottom. Dark Templar going to sneak in here and might save this pylon. Not quite.
He will notice that the stasis is going down again. Corruptor is coming across for Moongladel. Those 2 Roaches hopefully will be able to take out that DT.
Should be able to. They are armored units, and Dark Templar are not going to be able to do too much damage, even though he does have that +1 attack, which makes his Warp Blades do 50 damage per attack. But he is picked off by the Hydras, and the pylon is down, as well as the base up for Moongladel. So Moongladel going to be on 4 bases here fairly soon, but we do see now that Axslav is going to take his 4th base at this high yield. So this is a very, very close game. Both players content to play a macro game, not be overly aggressive, just slowly going down their tech paths. And this is the kind of game that I think StarCraft 2 is really developing into, where both players play a pretty big macro game. And look at this, Overlord's coming out here to spread the creep for these Hydras. Going to be a little bit aggressive here, but I think he'll back up when he sees how many sentries there are. A lot of force fields going to go down, and maybe not. He's just going to go for it, attacking into this army with a lot of Hydras, but some of them at the back not able to fire. Roach is burrowing. Not entirely sure why to keep some of them alive, I suppose. There's so many Void Rays here doing a lot of damage. They do have that +1 attack upgrade to help them do a lot more damage. Overseer is sniped here, and we could see some Dark Templar coming, but looks like nope, just Zealots coming out. They do have that charge upgrade, so they're going to catch up to some of these retreating units very quickly. And Moongladel forcing the issue there, probably not the best choice.
He is keeping the unit count of Axslav down though, as we do have Blink being researched now, and we do have there aren't actually any High Templars on the field. Storm has been researched, but no High Templars yet. I think Moongladel was kind of worried. If I have a look up here, he does not see the Templar archives. I was thinking he might have tried to force the issue before those things came out.
Yeah, he was just waiting for the amulet, I think. And now that that's done, he'll probably start warping in a lot of High Templar in the near future, getting a round of Zealots first though. Continue to produce Void Rays on those Stargates is another thing that's really helping him out, because Void Rays do have a lot of HP. It's something Void Rays don't give enough, people don't give enough credit to Void Rays. Once you have enough of them and they're in your army composition, they're actually a pretty decent unit to have, because they do have a lot of hit points and they do a ton of damage once they're charged up. And it looks like we're going to have another engagement here in the middle of the map. Charge Zealot's going to come in here. There's some Flying Crawlers, though. We might see Axslav back off. Does pick off some of those Hydras. And he's going to be able to storm if the Hydras did.
Oh,
if he storms those drones. Oh! Doesn't storm them, but they are, a lot of them going down. Storm's hitting those Hydras. Hydras trying to come in here to reinforce. There's some Corruptors as well. But I think this might, unfortunately, might lose all of his army to these Void Rays before Moonglade.
Axslav in a great position at the moment. He does have those Void Rays dealing so much damage to the Hydras. At the moment, he's falling back. He's just playing it safe. I'm pretty sure Moonglade just doesn't know the response to this many Void Rays. Especially now that they're mixed in with the Hydras.
Especially, you know, sometimes when we'll hold that thought, engagement here in the middle. Zealots at the back, not the best thing for these Roaches. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage with the Void Rays. Targeting the Corruptors, taking them down very quickly. There's a lot of storms, and he does have Blink, so he can chase his retreating army if he chooses to. And I think he just might. Nope, decides to play it safe, waits a little bit longer, picking off reinforcements. Some of those Void Rays getting fairly low in hit points, needs to be careful. He's going to back up. But the Void Rays coupled with the Storm is such a hard composition to deal with.
And we got 4 more Void Rays on the way. Moonglade's doing his best here to keep up, but his creep spread is really hurting him here at the moment. He hasn't had a chance to get that creep spread out. He does have a lot more Hydras on the way, but there's just too many Void Rays to be able to deal with here, I think.
Yeah, the Void Ray number is much too big. Level 3 weapons on the ground forces as well, and the armor really just keeping these Stalkers alive from the Hydras. And he's just going to take down this 9 o'clock base, it looks like. Getting some Zealots back to hit some of the reinforcing Hydras. And I think this might end up being game here for Moongladel. He just doesn't have an army to contend with. And
yeah, he really doesn't have a response to this many Void Rays. And it's really showing in this entire game so far. He does catch a lot of... Oh, I thought he was going to catch a lot of Zealots out of position there. But his creep spread's really been hurting him because Axslav does have, or did have, that Observer with his army the entire time. So he's been able to snipe a lot of creep tumors as well. So that's really keeping it hard.
Yeah, there's just no creep out there, and that's huge. Especially in those first engagements with the force field. You know, not being on creep really hurt Moonglade here, and I think... Man, what an Imba army!
Coming in from Moonglade. So that is going to be Axslav moving on to over Moonglade with that Void Ray use, which is great to see. And